Hello, bookworms of Concord. Pastor Beckett here with, you guessed it, a book review. Today, we will be reviewing Names, Nations, and the New Testament, investigating the origins of mankind from Genesis to Acts by my friend Madeline Rose Craig. You should buy this book, not just because my friend wrote it, but also because it is a great resource on the Table of Nations in Genesis 5 that extends all the way to Acts. I remember actually often seeing Maddie work on this immense project in the library at our alma mater, Concordia University, Ann Arbor. So it was a great pleasure to see her finally publish this noble undertaking. I think at this point 4 years ago. So she's read and actually I think it was 3 years ago. Let me look at it. Published in 2020, 3 years ago. Yeah. So she's read and extensively researched the most boring parts of the Bible, the genealogies, so that you don't have to. How great is that? Most of the chapters covering each person and their lineage from the Table of Nations, I said Genesis 5 earlier, I meant Genesis 10, to Acts, are pleasantly concise, though not lacking in wealthy information by any means. The longer chapters are quite the trek, so this is not a negative feature, but a credit to Maddie's work. She also provides very helpful maps. My critiques are rather minor. So, for example, instead of saying, for example, so she'll have Rama in transliterated into English, and then she'll have Rama in Hebrew. So she'll say Rama, English, Rama in Hebrew, comes from the word, whatever the word is. She could simply write Rama with the Hebrew word for Rama in parentheses, and then comes from the word. It'd just be a lot easier for brevity's sake. I'm just being nitpicky. But anyway, the names and cities in Hebrew can simply be placed in parentheses beside their respective English transliterations. And there is also, I think, some, not too much, but a little bit unnecessary repetition when the same thing was said only a few paragraphs prior. The reader should be respected enough that they have the intelligence to remember a recent conclusion. Repeating something from a previous chapter or so, however, is necessary. It's necessarily permissible most times, because I mean I don't always remember what I just read, a chapter or so earlier, so that's fine. I think I would have appreciated short descriptions of certain works, such as the Book of Jubilees and the Book of Jasher, because I had no idea what those are. I had to look those up myself. So such descriptions would be helpful for readers unfamiliar with those sources. They could be in the first mention of them, or in a simple glossary in the back. However, she would prefer to do that. An index of scripture references would also be a happy addition. So usually I end with critiques, but I guess I broke my own rule. So to get on the more positive side, Maddie set out to have this book be Christ focused and an aid in apologetics. She has certainly accomplished this, and it exceeded my own expectations. This book should be a welcome addition to any layman's and pastor's theological arsenal, especially if you have a passion for apologetics. And I myself envision using this in future sermon prep work, and especially use in Bible studies. It's quite dense, I'll say that. It's a very dense reading because of the material that's covered, so not everyone will enjoy it. But It is a helpful read for pedantic minds like myself, and it makes one thing unequivocally clear. Humans everywhere are from one common ancestor, Adam, and therefore one people, whom God graciously calls to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, which was fulfilled at Pentecost and continues to this day. Names, nations, and the New Testament. Pick this up, read it through, unless you don't have a pedantic mind, because you might hate it, but regardless, give it a try. It's very good. 4.5 stars out of 5. Good job, Maddie. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.